Today's first myth is a classic, and it's the story that Paul McCartney and John Lennon were only moments away from actually taking up Saturday Night Live on their infamous offer for the Beatles to reunite. In April of 1976, Lorne Michaels made his famous on-air appeal for the group to reunite on their show, offering them a humorous $3,000 check for their services. While the sketch is certainly funny and has a very special place in music history, the fact of the matter is that very evening both John Lennon and Paul McCartney were watching the show together in John Lennon's apartment in the Dakota. For those unfamiliar with the layout of New York City, John Lennon's apartment is only a short cab ride or a brisk walk away from Rockefeller Center where Saturday Night Live was taping. Amazingly, in a number of interviews after the fact, both Lennon and McCartney said that they toyed with the idea of just getting up that evening and going down and collecting the check. However, they said that due to the fact that the show aired so late, they were both pretty exhausted and in the end just decided not to go down. So yes, it was very close to happening, but sadly it never did. The second myth today came via request, and it's the claim that the great Marvin Gaye actually purposely recorded a terrible album to try and cheat his ex-wife out of royalties. While this certainly makes for a cool story, it is 100% false, and if you know anything about divorce settlements, it's obvious it's false. After 13 years of marriage, Marvin Gaye and his wife Anna Gordy were divorced, and he dragged out the divorce proceedings for more than 2 years, spending crazy amounts of money on everything. In fact, by the time things were settled, he had so little money that the court ordered him to pay the necessary fees out of the royalties of his next few records. The next album would be his Here My Dear record, and the title of that is certainly suggestive. And many people see this album as Marvin Gaye's great musical misstep. However, as you might expect, no lawyer in their right mind would have let the money be contingent on the actual sales of the album. Marvin paid the first half of the divorce fees out of his advance on the record, and then the other half was to be paid out of any royalties he made from any album sales over the next 2 years. So no, the album Here My Dear was not subpar on purpose. It was just an off moment for Marvin Gaye. Our final myth for today is a strange one, and it surrounds the legend that Mexican singer Sergio Vega was actually murdered only a few hours after he publicly denied his own death. These sorts of rumors are absolutely the most popular all across the entertainment industry, and the this person or that person is dead has now become a social media regularity. But as impossible as it might be to believe, this story is tragically true, and it all happened on June 26th of 2010. Vega, who's also known as El Shaka, had taken most of that morning to talk to a wide variety of media outlets, trying to dispel the recent rumors that he'd been killed in a car accident or that he'd been murdered. Later that evening, he was on his way to a late night concert, and another truck pulled up alongside of them, firing tons of shots into the car and killing Sergio Vega. Strange, I know, but this is 100% true. So those are my myths for this week. Be sure to check back here every Friday as I delve into some of the coolest stories in music history, and I'll see you guys again next time.